Hey, hello. This is just a quick video. It's like a quick check-in. I'm feeling so tired, and I know it's been really hot, but that's not really bothered me all that much because my flat stays quite cool if I batten down the hatches. I've not slept the best. I keep being woken up by the light streaming in, even with the curtains shut, so that's probably not helping. But you know, nothing to fret about, I'm sure. But today I was out and about doing some shopping, and when I was on the bus I went past a clinic that had a sign up saying private clinic, B12 injections available by appointment. So I was like, oh, maybe that's the answer. 25 years ago, I was diagnosed. I was borderline deficient in B12. So I went back to my GP and she begrudgingly gave me the B12 injections. And I've got to say, it was like somebody had cleaned the windows. It absolutely changed my life, because I was tired then for a long time, and I kept going and saying, I'm just really tired. And you know, by then I was sort of mid-30s, and it was just, oh, it's your age. I mean, just how dreadful is it that a GP would say that to you when you're in your mid-30s? It's just your age. Yeah, one little B12 injection, and you know, it's a water-soluble vitamin. If you have too much, your body will just get rid of it. But if you haven't got enough, it's really, really dangerous. And I've read lots of stuff, and it just says, you know, some people need more than others. Who knows, you know? But anyway, the injection was a revolution. There were lots of things that I'd noticed that in the lead up to it, I'd noticed I was having problems with balance, but not like couldn't stand on one foot, but if I was going to run down some stairs, I had to use the handrail. Like, I was always worried I was going to trip and fall. Like, it was just a thing. And after the injection, that just didn't happen. I just felt like I was on solid ground. And you've washed your windows and you look out and you just think, oh wow, the world is just so much brighter and crisper. That was how it felt. And I had the injections ongoing for quite a while. And then I just didn't need them anymore. Like, I felt fine. So that was the end of that. I think when I lived in Australia, I had them a few times. A GP there, you can just says go to the chemist, get the vials, bring them in, we'll give you the injection. No need for a blood test. But all my blood tests have subsequent years have come back as being well within range, so it's fine. And I have to see a GP here and get blood tests done. I just haven't got around to it. I just need to do it. But this clinic, I thought, oh, maybe I should just pay for the injection. And I think it's going to be about £35. I'm sure they'll upsell it. They've got one for 45 and one for 70. But let's see what the options are. To be honest, I don't really care what it costs. If it gives me back a bit of my va-va-voom, that would be great. So I will be stitching something to the back of this video tomorrow. So the appointment is tomorrow morning, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. So yeah, it's the sort of tiredness you get with B12 deficiency. It's a fatigue. So you can sleep and you can rest, but you wake up and you just lack energy. Like, your brain doesn't function in the right way. Yeah, everything just feels fuzzy. Is the best way I can describe it. If it cost me just 35 quid to fix that would be great. Now, it might be I'll have the injection and it will make no difference whatsoever. It might just mean I need to go to bed earlier and sleep better and exercise more and blah blah blah, but we will see. Well, good morning. I am just about to go in for my B12 injection. I didn't have the best sleep. Well, my sleep was okay, but then I was woken by my alarm going off at 7 o'clock when I was not expecting it to. I set it last Saturday, and obviously it's gone off again today. Very annoying. Anyway, I'm out and about. My energy levels are at about 5 or a 6, I reckon. Yesterday afternoon I had to have a snooze. The afternoon before that I had to have a snooze. Like, that's just not like me. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what difference this injection makes. I've been Googling the 3 different sorts they have. I'm sure they will try and convince me to go for the most expensive option.
but it seems, according to the AI responses from Google, that the basic one is every bit as good, which is the Hydroxycobalamin. I'll put it on the screen. The methylcobalamin is the medium term one. So £35 for the basic, £45 for the next one up, and then a triple version of the injection. The triple version of the injection is £70, and I'm sure they will try and upsell me on that one. But thankfully I did Google it, and it seems that there's absolutely no need for that at all. And I'm sure if I just took B12 tablets, that would probably give me what I need, but it might just take a little bit longer to get there. And right now I really feel like I need this, and it may make no difference, in which case I will come back in and tell you that too. Right, I will let you know how I go in half an hour. Alright, less than half an hour since I filmed my last little clip. I have been into the clinic. It was very fast. I was the only person there. So I went in, and it was actually a nurse that saw me. I'd already filled out the online form, so really there wasn't a lot to say or do. She was lovely. The nurse was absolutely fantastic. She went through the options, or she began to go through the options. I never felt like there was any hard sell at all. She instantly pointed out the first one, which is the one I wanted. She said that's the one the NHS do, and most people find it effective. It's maybe slower to get the result from it, but the results tend to be longer lasting. I think that's what I understood from what she said. Anyway, regardless, that's the one that I wanted. And as soon as I said that's what I wanted, she didn't try at all to upsell me on any of the other products. So on that basis alone, I'd recommend that clinic. So very, very, very happy with that. Went in, she did the usual sort of, checked for allergies, etc., and then did the injection. It was super quick. She said the results can be within a few hours, or it can take a few days for you to really feel the difference. Well, I've got to tell you, I'm still tired. I am still tired, but I didn't get the best sleep, so that's reasonable. But I feel amazing. I feel like I ought to feel, rather than how I hadn't even realised I was feeling. I've got to say, that's exactly how I feel again. Everything is sharper. I would say it feels like the sun's come out, but actually the sun was out when I filmed the first bit today, and it's now gone in since I went into the clinic. So it feels like the sun's gone in. I just feel sharper. It's really, really hard to describe what that feeling is like. So for £35, do I think it was worth it? Well, if this feeling lasts a while, then yes, it definitely was worth it. I am now back home. It has been 4 hours since my B12 injection, and I just feel so good. I really genuinely feel good. Just everything feels clean and sharp and fresh. It's like my brain is actually sort of working. I want to do things. Yesterday I wanted to do some videos and do some editing, and I just had no energy. I had like nothing in my tank at all. I feel like me. I'll feel even more like me when I've had a good night's sleep, to be fair. But I feel like I might even sleep better as well, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I definitely have felt out of kilter for a little while. I feel like I've lacked my my usual zing. I've always been sort of a bit of a Duracell bunny, and clearly my batteries were running a bit low. So excuse my hair. I showered this morning, washed it, but I didn't bother to put a blow dryer on it at all. My hair is always a bit of a mess anyway. I'm not a hair person, as you'll be able to tell. Yeah. Anyway, look, I feel $1 million. I'll do an update tomorrow after I've had a good night's sleep. I'll do that as a separate video, because I think after a good night's sleep I will still feel so much better. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the new subscribers. I am really grateful. I so badly want to build this channel into a bit of a community, so if you feel like some random old lady wittering on is something that
you'd find interesting, then subscribe. Yeah, and if not, just keep checking in if you see something that looks like it might be interesting, and maybe you'll come along and think, yeah, maybe. So yeah, thanks so much.